Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
For the Record. 1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees. So fair. Today is Friday, the 11th day of October 2024, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, please ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a belated one, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that For the Record, birthday shoutouts brought to you by Coca-Cola. They are proud to support your birthday shoutouts. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Those of you who have lost loved ones, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We do hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we do wish you a speedy recovery. So, folks, want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I have the distinct pleasure and honor of being your host, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, the phone lines are open. We have a toll-free number that has been provided courtesy of Flo. That toll-free number is 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp us 925-3261. Follow us on YouTube by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream, and we are on Facebook as well. So the first thing that we're going to do this morning, we're going to look at the birthday shout-outs, and we have birthday shout-out going to Patrick McField, and I have to declare an interest there. He is my nephew, he's celebrating his birthday, and happy birthday greetings coming from his mom, sisters, and all of the rest of the family. And they also want to wish Siri Jones Russell happy birthday, coming from her bestie, Donna McField, as well. Let's look at the other birthdays this morning. Mr. Ada Powell is celebrating his birthday today as well. I believe that he may be somewhere in Bulgaria. Last place, I think it was he was in Greece, and then I think in Bulgaria, Sofia, Bulgaria is where he may be at this point in time, but giving him a huge birthday shout out this morning as well. We already mentioned Siri Jones Russell celebrating her birthday. Also, Paula McField celebrating her birthday today as well. Tomorrow we have Frankfurt Scott celebrating a birthday. Giovanni Ebanks also celebrating a birthday on Sunday. Both Giovanni and Frankfurt. And tomorrow, Mirtha Walton also celebrating a birthday. And we have another birthday. Happy birthday to Cy Elliott from coming from his brothers and sisters. And I think I had another one here. Let's find it. Yes. Happy birthday shout outs to Francine Williams. Happy birthday to a wonderful mother and grandmother. And they're saying that we love you so much and wish you a day filled with love and laughter. And those sentiments are coming from your daughter and granddaughters as well. If you know anyone else who's celebrating a birthday today or a momentous occasion, please share that information with us. We will give them a huge birthday shout out right here on For the Record, proudly brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. They say you should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Okay, before we go to a commercial break, we will have guests in the studio this morning, but we will have one guest in the studio this morning, and we will have another guest on the phone lines with us. We will have Dr. Cletus Bertin, who is the Executive Director of CARILEC. And we will have in the studio with us Mr. Richard Hugh, who is the CEO of Caribbean Utilities Company here in the Cayman Islands. They will be talking about their upcoming conference that is taking place here in the Cayman Islands as well. And I'm sure that some of you will have questions. Again, we won't have sufficient any time to take any phone calls. So if you have any questions or comments, I would urge you to please send them in to us. Our WhatsApp number 925-3261. Send in those WhatsApp questions or comments, and we will try to squeeze them in during the discussion on the upcoming CARILEC conference that is taking place in the Cayman Islands, and it'll be about resilient energy community. Conference is going to take place on from October the 20th to the 24th right here in the Cayman Islands. So we will be having that discussion with Mr. Hugh and Dr. Bertin this morning, commencing at 8:15, right after the 8 o'clock news. Folks, we're going to take a first commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the Record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
The Wesleyan Ministry Society saw its rise between 1837 and 1844. The central figure to the movement was Reverend James Atkins, with his opening visit in May of 1837. Now, while Reverend Atkins praised his predecessor, Reverend David Wilson, on his friendly demeanor, Reverend Atkins did not express content with his other views. In his writings to the Wesleyan Ministry House in London, Reverend Atkins wrote of the conditions of the churches and his concern of the spiritual condition of the people, saying they were living without God or hope in the world. Atkins also emphasized his contempt for the culture and physical differences which were still in place from the former masters compared to their former slaves.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
The Rotary Central Music Extravaganza tickets are here. Get your tickets now and win that $40,000 grand prize, $4,000 second prize, and 6 $1,000 prizes. Tickets are only $25. Get your tickets now from any Rotary Central member, Rotary Central ticket seller, eventpro.ky, and 916-7310. Rotarian Annie Rose Scott, the Sister Islands. You may be that lucky winner. Rotary Central, supporting more than 28 projects important to our community. The 29th Annual Rotary Central Music Extravaganza, Saturday, November 30th. Salt is Harbor Grill, Red Bay, the magic of Rotary, through Rotary Central.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Tortuga's annual Drinks Festival is back from the 9th to the 13th of October for an incredible week of events, including its signature evening experience at the Westin on Saturday the 12th of October. Tickets are on sale now at tortuga.ky.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio yet, but we will have Mr. Richard Hugh, CEO of Caribbean Utilities Company here in the Cayman Islands. And I may have pronounced this incorrectly. First time around, Dr. Cletus Bertin. Cletus, not Cletus. Cletus Bertin, who's the Executive Director of CARILEC. They will be talking about their upcoming conference in the Cayman Islands commencing on the 20th of October. From the 20th of October until the 24th of October, we will have Mr. Hugh in the studio, and Dr. Bertin will be on the phone line with us as well. One of our listeners has asked to send birthday greetings, birthday shout-outs to their mom, Miss Lois Gold, who will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, the 12th of October. And the birthday greetings are coming from Alicia, AJ, and all of her grandchildren as well. So, Miss Lois Gold, enjoy your very special day tomorrow. And I'm sure that your family members, Alicia, AJ, and all of the grandkids will help you to celebrate your very special day as well. We do have a caller on hold. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C. Connor.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am great. I'm up doing my thing. I'm cooking up some turtle and all that today.
Okay.
Lobster and salt beef and bean and all kind of things.
Wow,
you
wow,
know? Wow. And I'm here now trying to raid a lady breadfruit tree. I don't see nobody in the yard, so I'm going to try and wander into the yard. She's not got no dogs.
You're lucky if you can find breadfruits now.
Yeah, well, I see our pass, and I see about 3 good little ones up there. When you come home, they'll be gone.
Well, if anything, take 2 and leave 1, you know. But most people take all of them. They have no conscience whatsoever. But take 2 and leave 1.
Like that. Yeah, all right. I'm going to take 2. But you know that my crowd, I might need the 3rd one.
I was thinking about coming there today, but I might get myself in trouble, if I come.
Why?
We'll talk off air about that. But you know me, I'm 74 years of age, so at this age, I feel that I have lived my life completely. So I may take things to the extreme, depending on what it is. So, but someone sent me a clip of something. I haven't read it. I haven't listened to it yet. But when I do listen to it, but we'll talk more about that.
I'll talk to you about that too. I have a little idea when you get off, because they called. I received a call.
Yeah.
The hurricane, the Milton guy.
Mm-hmm. Milton Berle.
Yeah. He 1 million miles from us.
Yes.
And you see the effect with the traffic that we had.
Well, I knew it was going to happen.
See the traffic. It was bumper. The bumper not moving. Suppose we have a serious disaster during the daytime like that. There's no way for the cars to go.
Yeah.
We got too much cars,
Too much car for this 2x4 island. You're absolutely right.
78 square miles. There's too many cars. We have diminished what we call island living. There's no more island living. We having people on the eastern end up at 4 to be able to make it in town, to be on time for work, and getting back home when sunset. After sunset, when it's dark, they can't even go in the back and pick their breadfruit or check their lime tree because it's dark. They have no social time like we had before, OC. This is not paradise no longer.
Quality of life has deteriorated to the point where it no longer exists.
Major, OC. Major to the point where we don't even have the beach now to go on. That gone too. And we replace it with cars. And OC, if you check the square footage, or it would be miles of land that we use for parking cars compared with the amount of land we use for dwelling homes. There's more parking places that are reserved for cars than it is for for dwelling.
That is so
seems
true.
right to me.
I was observing the same thing as well. But why don't we then change the planning laws, the building requirements, so that 1 or 2 floors in the building itself is reserved for parking. So you have elevated parking, and then you would have more land space.
Yeah, but then there'll be more opportunity for them to bring more cars too. I'm going in the direction of less less cars coming to the island. That's the direction I want to go.
Well, we can have that too, and
we can have that too, and then we can also, like you say, have the additional parking, and then we can reserve some of the other land for other things.
Yes.
But we'll see. All the talking and stuff that I hear going on and coming on your radio, I don't really hear any of the officials making mention of eliminating. Well, I think the one MP brought a motion where if a car was certain age, but
that has been amended somewhat now. You heard what I shared the other day that came from CBC, in terms of the age of cars, but that's for returning residents who are returning home. Let's say, for instance, students coming from school and stuff like that. I think something about the 8-year period, as well. That was changed slightly.
Yeah, because yesterday, the traffic was locked. There was nowhere to go in the morning, nowhere you could go especially coming out of the schools. And when you got to the new roundabout, the big roundabout, it was locked.
Wow.
Nowhere to go.
Wow. Yeah.
So we need to get our officials to start addressing the traffic problem in Cayman.
Yeah.
Because I remember the little earthquake we had. Everybody was caught on the road. There was nowhere to go. Suppose also we had a major earthquake at that particular time. A lot of people would have died in it. See?
Yeah.
A lot of people. Nobody's addressing the dependable ground transportation. So nobody. They're talking about that. So we can eliminate some of the car problem.
Yeah. So Lord Graham, I take it then. Can I deduce from what you're saying that any candidate that is running in your constituency and may want your support, or outside of your constituency, because you're a recognized individual and voice in the Cayman Islands, so you would have some influence beyond your constituents. So can I then deduce from that any candidate that you're going to support has to address the traffic problem, the beach erosion problem, the population problem as well?
Immigration reform.
Okay.
Don't forget that one, because we just had a sitting in the House, and I thought that was going to be on the paper, but I'm not hearing nothing about that. Where all of a sudden they erected a group of people to investigate and bring back findings and suggestions, and our good friend was part of that. And whatever happened to that, OC?
Yep.
So I thought, we got this sitting that would have been on the paper.
Oh, well, when I saw the thing about the immigration law, and I didn't read it thoroughly, and it had to do with 2 persons who were recommended by the Status and Permanent Residence Board to the Cabinet to approve their status because of their special conditions. And I wanted to talk about that during the show as well, because those are the circumstances under which the Cabinet should be granting Caymanian status. There were 2 persons who found themselves in unique, very, very unique situations that would have made it almost practically impossible for the Status and Permanent Residence Board to grant them Caymanian status, or they would have had to jump through so many hoops. And these persons were already, up in their age and stuff like that. I got about 2 seconds, Lord Graham. Give you a chance.
But see what I'm saying? We can go out our way to accommodate that, right? Which, I agree. Like you said, I didn't know much about it, but they can go out of the way to accommodate that. So is it they can't go out of the way and make it sure that they bring the other immigration reform?
Well, we have to hold their feet to the fire, to the coals. Next year, We have to do that. Okay,
All right, we'll see we talk later.
You keep talking about it, keep advocating for it. They say the squeaky wheel gets the most grease. Let's see what happens there. Folks, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. When we return, we will have Mr. Richard Hugh in the studio and Dr. Cletus Bertin on the phone lines with us talking about the CARILEC conference here in the Cayman Islands from the 20th of October to the 24th of October. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Foster's is a minute after 8.
Indulge in an extra special Canadian Thanksgiving this year with Foster's.
It's easy. Order your holiday dinner online and choose between oven-roasted turkey, 12-hour smoked pork, or a maple glazed ham.
Then choose 3 sides from scalloped potatoes, mac and cheese, steamed herb vegetables, and more.
Plus gravy, cranberry sauce, coleslaw, and dinner rolls are all included. Then for dessert, choose from pumpkin or apple pie. All of this from only $94.99.
Make your Canadian Thanksgiving feast hassle-free and order yours online at fosters.ky. Foster's. Better because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. MPs are heading back to Parliament today, this time for Finance Committee, which kicks off at 9 a.m. Make sure to listen to our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, as we carry proceedings live. In the meantime...
Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, no. I believe the ayes have it.
A private member's motion calling for government to use compulsory acquisition to purchase red spot in Georgetown, which local fishermen use to hawk their catch, is accepted by MPs in Parliament. The motion was brought by West Bay MP, the Honourable Makiba Bush.
Whereas Caymanians in the fishing community who traditionally utilize red spot for economic opportunities are at risk of losing their prescriptive rights to this piece of land. And whereas red spot is of significant importance to the heritage of the Cayman Islands, and whereas Caymanians who utilize red spot for income generation are in dire need of stability to maintain their fishing pursuits and operations, be it therefore resolved that the government considers compulsory acquisition of red spot to facilitate and protect the continued sustenance of the fishing community of the Cayman Islands with the possibility of a fish market.
Premier, the Honourable Juliana O'Connor-Connolly, described this as a, quote, long-standing matter when she rose to show her government's support for the motion.
The government is prepared to find the requisite funds to do that because we believe that every member in this House, barring none, fully supportive of acquiring this property for the Crown, for the use of the public, obviously, but also for the fishermen there to continue to use it.
Many members spoke in support, but added they hoped an agreement could be met before government is forced to use compulsory acquisition, which is a legal mechanism by which government can acquire land without the consent of the owner. In other news, earlier this week, John Gray High School graduates crossed the stage. Thursday night, it was Clifton Hunter High School's turn.
On behalf of this incredible batch of graduates, I invite the graduating class of 2024 to stand.
You can catch a replay of the event on the CIGTV YouTube channel. And pianist Shirley Yu was the featured soloist at Cayman Piano Festival's 4th concert this month at the Georgetown Public Library. Miss Yu has performed at the Kennedy Center, Tata Theatre, and Steinway Hall. And last night's show featured pieces by Scarlatti, Debussy, and Beethoven. The concert series wraps up tomorrow with Martin Roscoe. Tickets for the Cayman Arts Festival hosted event are still available, and you can purchase them at eventbrite.com. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News, I'm John Shea. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has said that Israel's firing on UN peacekeepers in southern Lebanon is intolerable and a violation of international humanitarian law. A UN source says the latest such incident wounded 2 soldiers. aid agencies have warned they'll face difficulties delivering the second round of polio vaccinations in northern Gaza, where some areas have been placed under evacuation orders by Israel. Kenya says a further 600 police officers will be ready for duty next month as part of the expanding multinational force in Haiti. President William Ruto made the announcement as he hosted Haiti's interim Prime Minister, Gary Conille. The Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to the Japanese organisation Nihon Hidankyo for its work towards a world free of nuclear weapons. The group is made up of survivors of the atomic bomb attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian says his country and Russia share very similar positions in the international arena, and their views of world events are often close. He was speaking in Turkmenistan during his first meeting with President Putin. A Ukrainian official in the eastern town of Toretsk has said his country's forces only control about half of the embattled settlement. It has sustained massive damage from Russian bombardments. North Korea has accused the South Korean military of sending drones to Pyongyang to drop anti-North Korea leaflets. Seoul denied sending any drones there. With official results yet to be announced from elections in Mozambique, the opposition leader has declared himself winner and accused the government of fraud. Venancio Mondlane claimed that ballot boxes were opened before voting ended. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Bertin, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Bertin. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Avoid contact with standing water and floodwaters during and after a storm to prevent exposing yourself to serious health risks, including infectious diseases, chemical hazards, and injuries. As an added precaution, your emergency kit should also include personal safety equipment, such as rubber boots and gloves. For more useful hurricane preparedness tips, visit the Water Authority's website at www.waterauthority.ky or follow us on social media.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
Your sports news is brought to you by Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Village. What's up your prescription refills at 929-5045.
Beach and Reggae Sundays on Breeze 105.3 FM from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. 2 locations, Governor Square and Grand Harbor. Governor Square open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grand Harbor open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and open on Sundays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 947-8900 or visit healthcarepharmacy.ky.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 83%. The barometric pressure is 29.92 inches and rising. The winds are calm. Overnight low temperature was 74 degrees. Synopsis indicate light westerly winds along with slight to moderate seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as the pressure gradient over the northwest Caribbean remains slack. Radar images show no showers around the Cayman area at this time. Now, the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today and tonight is calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures today will be in the low 90s and will fall to the low 80s tonight. Your winds will be northwesterly at 5 to 10 knots and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Today's low tide will occur this morning at 10:29, high tide this evening at 5:39, and a low tide again tonight at 11:56. The sun will set this evening at 4 minutes past 6 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:20. And the outlook is calling for an increased chance of showers from tomorrow afternoon as a surface trough moves over the Cayman area. That's the very latest on your weather report.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Sign up for a Flow Mania bundle today and enjoy up to 1 gigabyte of lightning-fast Wi-Fi speed at home and unlimited 5G mobile data on the go. That's crazy fast speeds that make you go, whoa! Everywhere you are. Flow Mania bundles start at $159 per month. Sign up today in store or online at discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand-bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman is proud to continue to serve our island community. During the last Lionistic year, they successfully carried out community projects like the Prostate and Colon Cancer Awareness Campaign, site screenings, spelling bees, swim meets, and their community food pantry. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman looks forward to continuing their service during the 2024-2025 Lionistic year and for many more years to come. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman. Where there's a need, there's a lion, serving the community for over 50 years.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. Let's take a look what's happening on our roads. I know your patience is very short this morning if you're coming from the east as traffic is backed up. I can see a cruise ship in the spots area, so that's going to be adding to some of the delays. Also, a vehicle was broken down in the vicinity of the Lions Head. I'm not sure if that's cleared up, but that might be adding to some of the delays coming from the east. Also, employers, if you're expecting your employees to be on time this morning, possibly going to be a little late because of the traffic delays coming from the east. As we look to the Linford Pearson Highway, heavy traffic on Shamrock Road and Rex Crichton Boulevard. Slow moving traffic on Cool Road heading to Georgetown. Eastbound traffic on Cool Road is moving on light to moderate, and steady traffic coming off of Bobby Thompson Way and continuing on to Huldah Avenue. Looking towards the West Bay 4-way stop, flowing pretty good, and traffic on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue is flowing moderate in both directions. Edward Street, light traffic. As you look to Shedden Road, moderate flow traffic in both directions. And on North Sound Road, traffic is steady but flowing. On the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moving on moderately in both directions. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
The rich flavors of Italy just arrived at Subway. Say ciao to the Italianos. Our 3 new Subway series recipes, carefully crafted with an Italian flair. Try the Hot Shot Italiano for an enticing and zesty touch. The tastier than ever Ultimate BMT, generously stuffed with a mix of ham, pepperoni, and salami. Or go all in with a creamy chicken bacon Alfredo. New Subway series Italianos. Chef-crafted greatness in every bite. Elevate your game only at Subway. Delizioso.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. is brought to you by The Light Room. Tired of being unwell and struggling to find the energy and vitality to live the life you desire? Come get recharged from the inside out at The Light Room. Our non-invasive, holistic energy enhancement system detoxifies and energizes the body, enabling self-healing and balance. Book online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL, 38 Pasadora Place, GT.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. As promised, we have the CEO of Caribbean Utilities Company here in the Cayman Islands, Mr. Richard Hugh, in the studio with us. And we have Dr. Cletus Bertin, who is the CEO of CARILEC, on the telephone lines with us. We're going to say, first of all, good morning and welcome to For the Record to Mr. Hugh, and then we're going to go over to Dr. Bertin. Mr. Hugh, good morning, welcome. Good to see you back in the studio. It's been quite a while since you were here last.
Yes, good morning, OC. Happy to be here. Good morning to the listening public.
Okay, and Dr. Bertin, good morning, sir. Welcome to For the Record. How are things in your neck of the woods, sir?
Good morning, sir. Thanks for having me. A pleasant good morning to your listening audience. Thank you so much for having us. It's good in our part of the region, in St. Lucia. The headquarters of CARILEC, the secretariat, is located here, and very thankful for the time on the air. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much as well. So, Mr. Hugh, I'm going to get you to kick off the discussion. Tell us about, the conference taking place here in the Cayman Islands.
Okay, yes, we're happy to host the CARILEC conference. It's the CAREC conference and exhibition. So it's going to start on Sunday, October 20th at the Marriott Hotel. And the conference is a sort of subsection of CARILEC, which is the Resilient Energy Community, CAREC. And it's the goals are to advance renewable energy solutions within the Caribbean region. So we're very happy to host it. This is, I think, our third or fourth hosting of a CARILEC conference. It's a very good organization for the region, for electric utilities. We support each other with, benchmarking best practices. Of course, well known for the hurricane assistance, restoration assistance. CARILEC, we had, I think, 3 countries that three of our members came to help us after Hurricane Ivan. So very, very good, very strong organization that's been growing from strength to strength over the years.
And likewise, workers from the Cayman Islands have gone to various jurisdictions as well. Most recently, Jamaica, I believe.
Yes, that's correct. With Hurricane Beryl in July, we had a couple crews over in St. Elizabeth helping with the JPS restoration.
Okay. So, Dr. Bertin, tell us more about CARILEC. What does the company do as well? Talk about the mandate of CARILEC and the length of time that it has been in existence.
Thank you so much. So for the record, CARILEC is an association of now over 120 energy solution providers, including 32 member utilities. It was established in 1989, so we're going on to our 35th year of operations. And really the mandate of the organization is to improve communication, collaboration among its members, provide technical information, as Mr. Yu pointed out, benchmarking, and we do a quarterly tariff survey. We do regular training, all year round training, both virtual and in-country, everywhere from line worker training to CEOs, leadership, admin, and technical training for engineers as well. So capacity building is a hallmark of the association from the inception. Mutual assistance, again, as Mr. Yu indicated, the flagship program, the CDAP, the CARILEC Disaster Assistance Program, which we're actually now in the process of expanding to include materials and logistical support, prepositioning of supplies ahead of disasters. So that will be an expansion of the disaster assistance program. And then, of course, conferences, the major one coming up in the Cayman Islands from Sunday the 20th, where we'll be focusing on renewable energy technologies, policy and regulation, and a host of other related areas. We're very excited about this offering in the Cayman Islands. We are partnering with some key institutions regionally in the roundtable. We have a regular, well, let me not get ahead of myself. Let me stick to the CARILEC, what it is, our mandate, and basically a key role that we play also is in terms of advocacy. So we have position papers on our recommendations on policies and best practices, regulation for the transition in the sector, which we have developed collaboratively, not just from an electric utility perspective, but with collaboration from the Caribbean Development Bank, from CCRI, the CARICOM Secretariat, in the interest of the sector as a whole and the consumers' benefit in mind. And lastly, I just want to say that we have also been repositioning the association over the last 5 to 7 years in keeping with the trends in the market, distributed generation, etc. We have actually now established a distinct membership category for independent power producers. So the board and membership of the association are very much embracing the transition in the market, and we have now in our membership category called IPPs, Independent Power Producers, of which we have 8 operating across 5 jurisdictions. And they actually have a seat on the board, so it's not a cosmetic change. We went deep into the founding document, the bylaws of the association, and amended that to create not only the membership category for IPPs, independent power producers, but also to give them representation on the board of directors of CARILEC, including an alternate director.
So prior to that, sorry for interrupting you, but
yes,
prior to that, what did the membership consist of before adding the independent producers?
Right. Thank you for that. Yeah. So to clarify, prior to that, the membership was 3 categories: utility members, associate, and affiliate members. And we had 1 or 2 IPPs across the spectrum in associate member category, even 1 or 2 in the utility membership category, which was not really a good fit. So we regularized that and opened up the membership category to have the IPPs in a distinct separate membership category where they could have dedicated focus, attention, advocate for issues related to operations and relations with the utilities. And so we've in addition to that, I should say 2 years now, we've included yet another membership category for individual membership. Again, for the first time ever, we are not just now representing the interests of other players in the sector, but also now other non-corporate interests. So this individual membership category actually has 4 classes for students, academics like researchers and lecturers in the field, independent or individual practitioners, so your solar PV installers, your energy auditors, your EV maintenance technicians could be a member now of CARILEC in their own name and standing. And then the 4th class in this individual membership category is for honorary and honorary lifetime members. We have inaugurated 7 thus far. And we will be giving some, bestowing, I should say, some honorary lifetime membership awards at the CARILEC conference in Cayman Islands during the opening proceedings on the Sunday evening.
Mm-hmm. And who should we expect to see in this conference coming to the Cayman Islands?
Yes, so we're very excited about the participation thus far. The numbers are growing rapidly. You would expect to see utility CEOs, utility chief technical officers. Also, you will see our development partners. We have the Caribbean Development Bank would be represented, CCRE, which is the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. We're also partnering with OCA, which is the Organization of Caribbean Utility Regulators. We'll be having a roundtable on the Sunday afternoon where we will have Dr. Lawrence Jones of Edison Electric Institute moderating an exciting panel discussing regulatory reform in the region. And we always have a tripartite approach with OCA, CCRE, CARICOM, and CARILEC discussing the issues in a very transparent and frank manner. And so we'll have our regional partners and also our international partners as well. We are collaborating with the U.S. State Department PAC 2030 program. They are actually sponsoring this roundtable. And so we also have collaboration with the Canadian government through the High Commission in Jamaica. They'll be sending a trade delegation and they'll be hosting a masterclass on policy and regulation, I believe, on Tuesday morning. So we'll have some Canadian interests represented there as well. And also a long-standing partner of CARILEC, the GIZ, the German International Development Agency, will also be supporting us as well in this venture. And incidentally, CARILEC 2025 will be in the Dominican Republic, but that's for another show.
Mr. Hugh, anything that you want to add there to what Dr. Bertin has said?
Very hard to add anything there. He's covered the full spectrum.
Okay.
Just to say that, locally, we thought it was important for us to host this as we were going through energy transition, trying to move over to where the majority of our energy comes from renewable sources. In particular, solar is the main energy source we're looking at. So we thought it was, very important for us to shine a spotlight through this conference on this energy transition, which hopefully will be accelerating here in Grand Cayman in the near future.
Okay. Dr. Bertin, we have about 2 minutes before we go to a commercial break. Meanwhile, we have another question that we can ask you in the meantime. And, we all are aware of the fact that green energy is the way to go. But as a region, we seem to be slow into transitioning into that. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Oh my! Hello, can you hear me? The line just broke up.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me now, Dr. Bertin? Okay, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to try to link back up with, reconnect with Dr. Bertin. Folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
You can now renew your driver's license or motor vehicle license online, and you don't need an ESID number. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit www.dvdl.gov.ky.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
I am Daryl Dakers from Help for Today, and I'm here with Carlos Ibais. Carlos, your brother Mario mentioned that you were feeling really down, both mentally and physically, so he purchased a bottle of Optimal Balance and gave you.
That is correct. I was feeling so very down and out, lonely, sad, depressed, zero energy, unable to sleep, pretty much in the dumps. But once I began taking those Optimal Balance, let me tell you, it was a transformation from the dumps to the top of the mountain. I cannot thank Health for Today enough for giving me a life worth living.
This is no surprise. With its balanced vitamins and minerals, Optimal Balance for men and women helps your body with healing and to perform at its optimal best. It's great for sleep, brain fog, mood, stress, and mental clarity. Optimal Balance is one of the most comprehensive and complete supplements in the world. So call Health for Today at 928-1503 or visit our website, that is healthfortoday.ky. Health for Today, dedicated to helping others.
Mention that you've heard this ad on Radio Cayman and get an automatic 5% discount off your next purchase.
This is For the Record.
The DVDL Customer Support Unit is now open. Customers can book appointments for written and driving tests through DVDL's hotline at 945-8344. That's 945-8344.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, the CEO of Caribbean Utilities Company here in the Cayman Islands, Mr. Richard Hugh. and Dr. Cletus Bertin, who is the CEO of CARILEC. We're talking about the CARILEC conference and exhibition taking place here in the Cayman Islands. So, Dr. Bertin, before we had that little technical glitch there, we were talking about green energy and the fact that there are those who feel that the region seem to be pretty slow in transitioning to green energy. And can you speak to some of the challenges that are being experienced?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for that question. I would want to cite a Caribbean Development Bank recent report and a major study, an assessment of the progress that has been made in the transition into green energy across the region. And the key finding out of that report, out of a document known as ASSERT, Advancing the Regulatory Framework, the CDB finding was that the single biggest barrier to the adoption of renewable energy across the region is the absence of an adequate regulatory framework to facilitate the transitioning process. And so it is not a position that CARILEC, as an association of electric energy solution providers, has postured. It is by the Development Bank that has found that the major missing piece is adequate, suitable regulatory reforms and mechanisms to facilitate that transitioning. And that is why we have been focusing on, as I said before, regulatory roundtable as part of the proceedings. And we're also looking at a related issue of corporate governance, which is necessary in order to ensure that utilities themselves, as they engage with partners in the framework of ESG and social environmental responsibility, are also on the ball in terms of their own corporate governance practices. But it is clear from the assessments that have been done that we really need to ramp up the effort to have in place robust, adequate regulatory measures that would incentivize certain practices and disincentivize other practices and propel the transition in at a pace that everyone seeks to achieve.
Now, would that pose any challenges for jurisdictions like the Cayman Islands or Bermuda, who are still British overseas territories? And as a result of that, I think with the exception of, is it Anguilla or Montserrat, one of those that are actually have full membership, they're all associate members of CARICOM. Does that impact in any way their ability to engage in this process?
Not at all, not at all. Because while we partner with CARICOM, CARILEC itself goes beyond the CARICOM framework. So so CUC and Fortis TCI in Turks and Caicos are full members of CARILEC. Okay. Our associate members would be companies that do business with the electric utility sector. But as it relates to our utility members, we have in membership the Dutch Antilles, the French Antilles, Martinique, Guadeloupe through EDF, all full members of the CARILEC as an association.
Dr. Bertin, can we mention the elephant in the room, the huge elephant in the room, cost of electricity? And we know throughout the Caribbean, throughout the world, people are concerned about the cost of energy. Will anything come out of this conference that will address that issue?
Well, absolutely. Again, not wanting to belabor the point, but the cost framework for electricity generation, as we are aware, is largely a feature of the fossil fuel importation of what is required to generate electricity, which is totally beyond the control of the institutions, companies in the region. And we sometimes have what we call the pass-through mechanism for the fuel adjustment factor. But beyond that, again, the transitioning that we are seeking to forge in a sustainable way would eventually lead to a more affordable rates. It will not be an overnight process because there is an investment factor required to facilitate the generation of renewable energy. There's sometimes this concept that the sun is shining, the wind is blowing, so let's just transition tomorrow, So there is certainly investments to be made, and when investments are made, there is something known as return on investment that companies seek in the marketplace. And so the process towards more affordability, I would say, quite honestly, would not be overnight, but it is a journey that we have to embark on as a matter of urgency for purposes of affordability and for energy security, for resilience, yes, energy independence, we sometimes refer to it as, and that process, as we know from political, economic dimensions, is not overnight, but it can certainly be achieved.
Okay.
If I could add
Mr. Hugh,
to Dr. Bertin.
Yeah, feel free to intervene at any point in time.
So this issue of cost, yes, the overall cost that we see will go down in the future because we will have significant investments in, say, solar plants, which will carry a cost. There'll be a cost there, but the reduction in the diesel fuel, which is very, very expensive in the region, will more than offset the cost of that investment. And this is where we're kind of unique as island nations in the region and around the world, island nations that use diesel fuel. In North America, they're going through the transition as well, but they're coming from very low-cost coal and coal and natural gas and things, large-scale generation, going to maybe costs that are a bit higher. So for us, we're lowering costs in the energy transition, and in some other regions, it's increasing the costs. And this is why I'm personally and at CUC, we're very excited about transitioning to solar energy to lower the cost. This is a thing that consumers ask us about a lot. We have the reliability, we have the resiliency that we're working on as well, and we can also get the cost down going forward.
Okay. Dr. Bertin, as far as the conference is concerned, who can attend that conference? Can we talk about registration if it's still going on, and especially from a local standpoint? And I'll have Mr. Hugh chime in on that as well. And are we likely to see our regulatory agencies here in the Cayman Islands involved as well?
Yes, certainly. We did make adequate provision for local participation at the conference itself. We have a specially discounted rate for residents of the Cayman Islands, and we also have a corporate governance one-day workshop, which is running parallel to the main conference on the Wednesday. So that corporate governance session will feature topics related to renewable energy, but beyond that, we'll also be looking at some key concepts in the corporate governance spectrum. And we are inviting participants from across sectors, actually. Anybody who serves on the board of directors, CEOs, corporate secretaries, legal officers would find that corporate governance training session on Wednesday the 23rd. Very, very useful. And of course, we are hoping to have participation from the regulatory authorities in the Cayman Islands at the regulatory roundtable and at the conference itself.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Dr. Bertin, we're going to ask you to hang in there with us, and we will return in a few minutes. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Brand Source is putting the sizzle into the season with their fall cooking sale. Fall into savings with 15% off on all cooking products, including gas and electric ranges, cooktops, microwave ovens, built-in wall ovens, and speed ovens. Luxury brands included. Don't miss out. Shop now and save 15% on cooking products before this offer ends on October 31st. Cook up your best dishes with Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more details.
The 7 a.m. weather update, weekdays on Radio Cayman, is brought to you by RAM water tanks. Call 925-3832 to order your water tank. RAM, built to last a lifetime.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have on the telephone with us Dr. Cletus Bertin, who is the CEO of CARILEC. In the studio with us, we have Mr. Richard Hugh, who's the CEO of Caribbean Utilities Company here in the Cayman Islands. We're talking about the CARILEC conference, which will be hosted here in the Cayman Islands. It's a CARILEC conference and exhibition being hosted here in the Cayman Islands, which is going to bring me to the next point about the exhibitions themselves, the exhibition component of this conference. Dr. Bertin, we'd like you to speak to that as well. It sounds pretty exciting.
Oh, yes, indeed. We have found that, show and tell still works well.
Yes.
So while we'll be talking and making presentations, we have the actual demonstration of some of the technologies involved in the transitioning that we are speaking of. And so we'll have over 30 exhibitors in the exhibition space. And we also have some key sponsors that we should mention. Our diamond sponsor, So Energy. Emerald sponsor is Hitachi. A Greco gold sponsor, American Wire Group. Also a gold sponsor. And we have Corporate Electric as a silver sponsor. So we have key sponsors and exhibitors, which will actually be displaying some of the technologies and concepts in a more visual, practical manner than just in the plenary sessions and presentations.
So again, Dr. Bertin, I'm going to ask you to repeat the registration process for those here locally who would have an interest if they have not already registered for the conference.
Well, the website is simple. It's carilec.org, CARILEC.org. And you will see the banners and the links to the registration page. As I said, we have a discounted rate for persons based in the Cayman Islands, so look out for that specially discounted rate. Registration, yes, is still ongoing and open. And so we'd really welcome participation from persons in the Cayman Islands and to have a really very robust and fulfilling discussion on the renewable energy transitioning process in the Cayman Islands and across the region.
So I'd like to mention some of the local participants. You heard
Excellent.
Corporate
Yes.
Electric is a sponsor. But we also have, and I don't recall the name of the company right now, but just to give you an example, a local drone operator who assists us with flying over our lines and assists us with preventative maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So the drones can spot bad equipment that needs changing out. So they've been providing us with that service, and they've joined CARILEC to offer their services to other member utilities. So it is an opportunity, I think, through CARILEC also to, not only for the utilities to share, but for the associate members to help provide, the technology in the region.
Okay. And while you have the mic off air, we were talking about, Cayman's involvement in CARILEC and how that started. As a history buff, I like to hear these things. I always look at my Tradewinds newspaper to see when CUC was, being established, coming from where it was, and the mere fact that shares were being offered, and they had to go begging. People were, ads out there begging people to invest in CUC, buy shares in CUC in the 1960s, from 1964 onward. And I'm sure, looking at it now, a lot of them are saying, I wish I had then.
Yeah.
But let's talk about
so, well, we heard Dr. Bertin say it was formed in 1989, I believe. At that time, I was running around chasing faults, so I didn't know too much about the formation of CARILEC, other than I think we hosted a CEO conference in 1993, I believe. But what I wanted to mention is Dr. Bertin talked about the honorary membership category. And certainly the CUC principles back then along with, I think, Barbados, Light and Power, and St. Lucia. The leadership in those utilities came together to form CARILEC. And Frank Crothers, who was our vice chair